It is once again time for another gacha. Welcome back to Cocky Gachas, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Numba Wan Raffle event. So this is a gacha system. I'm going to break down the value proposition for a free-to-play, elite spender or whale, right? And also give you guys some of my personal strategies from what I've observed from this and also from what I've researched. So first things first, I would like to say that free-to-play players, you guys have really no affinity once again with this event because they are outright not hiding, right? Gravity is not hiding the fact that this event is not for you, because just go to the diamond shop, right? Or rather go to the special offer. You go right over here, you can see they are only giving us 2 tickets, guys. It's 2 tickets. They are treating us like the dog eating the leftovers right now. Only give us 2 tickets, but never mind. We take it. We dog, never mind. Okay, we take. So we'll take the 2 tickets, buy the 2 tickets. It's going to be worth the diamonds, of course. But if you want to go any further for a free-to-play player, I would personally say that spending your nyans from your guild events and stuff like that, it's not going to be that worth it. And I'm going to break down why exactly this is the case. So this first things first, for free-to-play, really just avoid this event. Just play the 2 diamonds and then that's about it. That's all you have for this event. Don't really need to go into any strategies as a free-to-play. And also, if you're wondering, right, there are 3 different raffles over here. So this is for a growth, this is for a sigil, and then this is for cuts. And then for you guys that are looking at this rewards, so over here you can see that everything has been drawn out from here. Later I'm going to show you some footage of the last few seconds before it got drawn out. And for free-to-play players that are looking at this, they say, hey, Cocky Gachas, if I were just to buy using the Nyan shop, right, it's so cheap, right? 48, I can potentially get a cut and then sell it for Zenny. I'm sorry to tell you guys, this cut itself, right, it's a different ticket from what you can get for diamonds. So for diamonds, you can only play this. So there's really nothing for me to break down for free-to-play. You just buy your diamonds, you just draw this. Simple as that. So first I want to touch on the rules for this Numba Wan Raffle gacha. It's going to play a part into the strategy I'm going to talk about later. So Numba Wan Raffle is a raffle event with its prize pool shared across all adventurers from all servers. So this is shared across all servers. It's not just within your own servers. The adventurer that draws the last reward will get the ultimate prize. So this is the ultimate prize, right? If you are the last one to click the button, you're so lucky, you click it, you're able to get this. So the draw 10 function will be temporarily turned off so that people cannot spam, right? So that the whales are not able to get an edge over the rest of the players, so to speak, because they can keep spamming the draw 10 function to try to get the final prize. So that doesn't really happen. The prize pools for the event includes the following. So these are the 3 prize pools starting from 29th June, 2nd of July, and then 5th of July at 5 AM. It's going to have the prize pool refresh and the prize pool are going to be different. I'm not sure exactly how different it's going to be. I do think that they are going to still follow the similar format, just that maybe the card composition is going to be a bit different. That's how I think it is, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference. So you can see right now, right, like I mentioned, the cards prize pool is already drawn out. So you have to wait until the next refresh for it to be available again for you guys to draw. And then lastly, unspent raffle tickets will not expire and can still be used when the event reruns. So if you want to save it up for free-to-play players, you want to save up your 2 tickets, you can go ahead, but it's only 2 tickets. Anyways, the next thing that they don't really mention is that the prize pool itself, right, the rates are not constantly the same. It fluctuates depending on how much of the price is remaining in this prize pool. So if there is only 1 of this left, of course the rates are going to go down compared to if there are like 60 or 80 of this left in the pool, right? So you can see all these rates itself, it will fluctuate, meaning there is a chance that people would first draw out the stuff that you want, and then subsequently the one that you do not want, the rates will increase. This also plays into the strategy. So basically this is about the breakdown for the rules itself. So next I'm going to break down the value proposition for each of these prize pools. And the first one is going to be the refining. This is only for free-to-play players because this one is where you can only spend your tickets, right? For the rest of the people, I really don't suggest that you guys spend your tickets on this. And especially for whales, right, you are not going to want some of these rewards. It's really, really excessive. And the only good ones I would say is going to be the rare card coupon, the gacha, as well as the Chapter of Freedom. And even Chapter of Freedom is more for PvP. So the rates itself is not that good. Adding together, it's less than 2% chance you get something decent. Super pack coupons these days, it's really useless if you don't have a high tier one, high tier pet, right? A lower tier A pet is going to be so much better. And then of course, the rest of the stuff, day night, I would say that now it's getting a bit more useless, since with your diamonds you can already purchase it and it's already at cap for myself personally, day and night. So this one really useless. And this advanced blessing refining pack, honestly the value proposition for 4%, right? Of course it fluctuates, later I'm going to explain to you guys, but for 4%, this is quite bad, honestly. So all these prices, I wouldn't really recommend for light spenders to spend your nyans on this. Just spend your diamonds on this free-to-play players, that's about it. Next is going to be Sigil Tablets. So Sigil Tablets, I would say, is the second best one out of this three, with the cards one being the first. I'm going to explain why. So for this one itself, the top price is the Frozen World Sigil. So you can see, right, after a brief casting, a radius 8 meters frost will be created, and then inside the speed will be reduced. So this is very much for PvP. And honestly, if you think about it, right, for your sigils, like I've mentioned in my sigil guide also, the blue and the purple one is going to be so much better than your red ones and your orange ones for the light spenders as well as the free to play, because you are not going to be able to level them up. Even if today I give you like as many sigils as you want, right, unlimited sigils, you cannot even level them to level 2, because, right, if you take a look at this level 2, you might think that it's very easy, you just need the fragments. Actually no, right, a lot of people don't know how you level it up. So you need this perfect sigil crystal. From my research, you need 10 of those to go to level 2. 10 of those, guys. 10k nyans. I'm not going to explain further. Anyways, the purple and the blue sigils are going to give you much more value from a HP standpoint, from a stat standpoint. All of this is going to contribute much more. So for the light spenders, I really don't recommend you guys to purchase this with the intent of getting Frozen World. Of course, it's not easy to get this as well. For the rest of the rewards, I don't think they are that good of a proposition, simply because sigils for nyans is not going to be that worth it from what I've seen. However, I'm here going to say that it's still okay if you only purchase those on offer. What do I mean by that? So if you click on this plus, right, you can see this special offer over here, right, number 1 sigil ticket. There are 10 of those at 20% discounts. I think that at 20% discount, it is fine, okay? But if you want to go further, right, I don't think that is fine. So this is what I think. This is the second most worth it. Just buy the 10 if you're a light spender and you have some spare nyans. But for me personally, I will not purchase this, because now I've relegated myself to free to play, right? So I will just think in the mindset of a free to play player with like nyans from the guild events and stuff like that. So next one is going to be the cards top price. So this is going to be the most worth it, and also the reason why you can see this is completely sold out. Okay, so later I'm going to also show you guys some footage on the last few seconds when touching on the strategy, but here you can see this is completely sold out. So this one itself, right, every single pool gives you a card, right? So all of it gives you a card. It's translating to Zenny straight away. So 100% translation to Zenny, and with the top price being the mini perfect selection card, this is insane. Okay, for whales, you definitely want to get this, although there are only 100, but I know that the whales are able to do it, right? Just go for it, because it gives you Ghost Ring card. So from what I'm saying, Ghost Ring card close on my server for around 8 million Zenny. My purple usually close for 4 to 5 million or 3 to 4 million. If I remember correctly, I've seen a couple go for 3 to 4 million. So these two are the most important cards. Of course, Cat O Ninetales is also quite decent, but it's much cheaper. So these are the cards that you really want to aim for, and the sources of which you can get the mini perfect selection card is very limited outside from auction. So far, the events are not giving that much of this. There is also the purple cards, classic card selection. So these are of course your good cards. So this one adds to the value proposition. And then for all of these extra ones, it's also decent. All the purple cards, the armor cards are going to be more relevant once the new difficulty ones, whereby we can obtain the divine armaments, those dungeons appear, right? So this is going to be quite relevant. So everything is pretty good, and quite simply, it's just the best thing you want to spend. If you want to spend nyan, just spend on this. And for people that are wondering about the value proposition against spending in your wishing gacha, right? So over here you can see that there is a wishing gacha. Of course, you guys know, right? 200 nyans to draw for one time. And similarly, if you go into the RO shop, you go over here, right? You can see that this number 1 card ticket is at 20% discount, meaning the original price is also 200. The difference is that in this event itself, right? This number 1 event, you are able to obtain the mini cards. You are able to select your purple cards, and also you get other rewards from there. And this is simply perfect for people that are able to spend, because from the other card gacha itself, the Wishing Star card gacha, you have no way of getting this, which is also why I say that this is quite good. And honestly, using a strategy that I'm going to say later, right, it will outperform the Wishing Star gacha, but I'm not sure how much it's going to outperform. A lot of it depends on RNG, so this is what I'm going to say. Overall, I will say that this is going to be a bit better, and you can also see the rates fluctuate, so you can really target the cards that you want. So moving on, I'm going to show you guys the footage from the last few seconds of the prize pool running out, and going to touch on the strategy here. So you can see everything is running out, the perfect prizes are running out, and if I were to click on the rates, even the blue cards are running out. So my strategy over here, the first one I would recommend for you guys to do is that you only draw when the stuff are running out. Like I mentioned just now, right, the final person that clicks the reward itself or clicks the draw itself gets the final prize. But that is not just the only benefit for you to draw when it is running out. The benefit is quite simply massive if you were to draw when it's running out, because there is a potential chance that the blue cards, right, the trash rewards, are going to expire first. You can see all of these cards, they are left with so little. So if you have one of this or two of this or three of this, all these trash cards, right, being drawn away in the last few seconds or last few minutes, right, you are able to definitely obtain better prize rewards. This is just like 2 events ago whereby they had the system, if you draw into the last one, it's guaranteed, right? So this is what I talk about. This is a real gacha system, meaning if there are no more zombie prisoner cards, then there will not be any for you to draw. The rates will go to 0. The rest of the cards will increase in the drop rate. So similarly, for the blue cards as well as for the purple cards and of course the top prizes, it's going to adapt the same system. And once you draw it, right, it is going to disappear. You'll have a higher chance of obtaining everything being the super good rewards. So you can see here, this last few seconds, I think that there is a coordinated effort to swipe out everything, right? I do feel that some servers are collaborating or something to swipe it out all at the same time. You can see everything went to 0 at the same exact time, and then the final prize owner is being revealed, right? So this is a very straightforward strategy, I would say. If you were to draw any earlier, it's not going to turn out well for you, I personally think. So there is not that much incentives outside of the second strategy that I'm going to talk about. So moving on, the next strategy I'm going to touch on is going to be a bit less hardcore than the first one, right? And this is especially for the whales and also for people that have money but no time, right? Even if you're a mid spender, you have money, no time, then you definitely don't want to do a first strategy, although it is best, but it's going to take a lot of time. You need to camp in front of the screen to see when the prize pools are going to expire, right? The last few seconds, the last few minutes, and then spamming your button furiously so that you are able to obtain the best rewards. That is going to be a bit more hardcore. For this one, it's simply just observe the rates. So within the prize pools itself, right, the rates are going to constantly be different based on the RNG, although they start at the same rates because they all have the same amounts, right? You can see for F prize pool, just for example, this starts with 24k, 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 but right now there is a composition difference, right? Every second it changes based on who is drawing. If someone clicks 100 times, and then it gets, the numbers gets remixed, and then the percentages get remixed. So this is not that pronounced if you look at this, but if you just go to the like higher price pools, right, you can take a look at this. This is 0.24%, and this is 0.32%. This is now 33% more likely than this reward. So this one, right, it really shows that it is a difference. There is a significant difference. Of course, at the end of the day, it is RNG, but what I can say is that may the odds be in your favor, right? You want to play to your odds, and this is going to be relevant when it comes to the card, because not all cards are born the same, right? Although they might be in the same exact prize pool, or the F prize cards might be all in the same exact prize pool, but not all of them are born the same. And then also similarly for this one itself, right, the especially for this D prize itself, you can see, right, the wolf card versus something like a Draenlier card is going to be different. Petite card is going to be definitely more worth it compared to one of the Horde cards. So this is where you can play the rates, right? If you have a lot of the percentages, you see that the percentages for those cards that you want are up that is when you want to draw. You don't have to wait until the last few seconds to go for the final prize. But of course, like I mentioned, that is going to be your best strategy. And that about does it for this video, where I touch on the Numba Wan Raffle, sharing a bit of the rules, breaking down the proposition, as well as also some of the strategies that are involved in it. I do think that the strategies are not the most complicated, but there is effort involved, and it's good to know, right, somewhat, because this is not the most straightforward to a lot of people. But once again, kind of disappointed that this event has nothing to do with free-to-play players, but regardless, they have made events that are decent for free-to-play players. Especially, I would say that the Pouring Go-Go event is quite decent, right? This costume itself, I think it's quite nice also. I'm currently using a new set. So I'm not going to scold Gravity too much, right? This video, I'm going to spare them. But if you guys fucked up again, I will continue to score you guys. Also, if you guys are interested in seeing my refining journey, definitely check out this video over here. This is episode 4 of the refining journey. I'll see you guys over there. This is Corky Gachas, signing off.